This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Brian Edward Hill, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
There's a thin line between heroism and madness.
Here the line fades to nothing at all. This is a world of capes and lunatics.
And nothing is off limits.
Good morning. We have all hands on deck because I think everyone's here for our first topic, which everyone dreaded. We knew it was coming one day, and we didn't want it to ever occur. The death of a legend. So let's get to it. Capes and Lunatics starts right now. But speaking of legends, there's some here with me. I am Phil, and joining me is Jersey's own legend.
Charlie, the Professor Esser. Hello.
Wanted in many states and now resides currently in Florida, running from the law is.
Hey y'all, it's Lilith Hellfire.
And that other mysterious voice you hear at the beginning of every Capes and Lunatics.
It's me, Mr. Tyler Patrick. What's up?
Yeah.
The band is back together.
Yep. That man who works and is deprived of sleep for his children's sake. That is me.
My Etch-a-Sketch is broken.
Oh, hey, Ty, are you coming to Steel City Con?
Yes. Yes, I am.
CFC, listeners, what is it? What's that Saturday? Is it
It's the 8th.
The 8th, December 8th, you can meet myself and Tyler Patrick, Legends of Podcasting at the Steel City Con.
Yeah.
Monroeville, PA. It's Lilith dropped.
No, sorry, it's my birthday. Y'all know.
I said you dropped out.
I go dark on my birthday. Nobody sees me for that weekend.
A drunken Lilith Hellfire bomb's getting dropped on Las Vegas.
Lilith,
As you do.
she just disappears and reemerges as almost like a new person.
Yes.
It's like her hibernation period, like her regeneration.
Pretty much.
Yeah. She has to go into that oxygen chamber.
So
Replenish her youth. There we go.
So yeah.
let's just get the sad stuff out of the way. Actually, a lot of people died this week.
Yeah. But it started what was it, Monday or
The 12th, Tuesday. Yeah.
Tuesday? Yeah.
Monday, the 12th. 11/12/2018. A day that will live in infamy.
The day none of us wanted to come to pass, but we knew it was going to happen one day. Stan Lee. We lost Stan Lee.
95 years old, though. He lived a good life. He got to see good versions of his creations on the big screen. So I think he lived a pretty fulfilled life. So
you got to hear a lot of them. Yeah, but he probably had some inside scoop about what's coming.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, isn't it said that he filmed a bunch of cameos and stuff, footage they made in front of a green screen so they can just continue to have him for at least a few more movies appear based on footage that they made. I mean,
and I'm sure he probably already did Captain Marvel in Avengers 4, if nothing else.
Oh, yes, they have said that they did shoot his specific Avengers 4 scene, so he'll still pop up, and like I said, they can always just recycle some of the old footage. One of these days you're going to be watching Daredevil, and you're going to look at the jury box, and there's going to be Stan Lee as the foreman.
What from
that was his first cameo,
from the Trial of the Incredible Hulk TV movie,
which also had Daredevil.
Hey, that was my first introduction to Daredevil that I remember.
I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm kidding.
It was an excellent comics accurate Daredevil.
And then my next introduction to Daredevil was my mom or dad got me a book that was called Kingpin Daredevil to the Death. It was it wasn't a graphic novel, but it was like a special. I still have it, where it's Kingpin hires some thugs to dress as Spider-Man, and creates like guns out of web shooter looking guns. And all the Marvel heroes are after Spider-Man, but Daredevil's the only one on his side.
Mm.
And I had that book, and then of course Daredevil popped up in the Spider-Man cartoon series.
But it was, I mean, Stan Lee's reach was like huge because I saw all over Facebook, all over TV, people who like never talk about comic books, and all these people were just like, "Oh, I can't believe Stan Lee's gone."
Well, the man is an icon. The man, and the man single-handedly, well, not single-handedly, but actually, here's what I'll say: as the hype man for the comic book genre, as the guy who made comic books respectable, as the guy who paved the way for every Johnny Come Lately, Alan Moore type. He's the man who said, let's talk about topics. And maybe he was not the most articulate talker of racism and the like in comic books, but he started the conversation. He built a world that was meant to be the world outside your window. That was meant to be in New York City with a diverse population where they actually, had a black person. Maybe not very many, but there was at least one as the city editor of the Daily Bugle, And that was the choice Stan Lee made. And he made it because he knew this is where you reach people. This is how you change minds on things. Is get them young.
Oh yeah,
exactly. I do want to throw this out real quick. Television personality Bill Moyer is an a-hole.
Oh, Bill Maher.
Yeah.
Bill
Maher, yeah.
I mean, I respect people for their opinions and allow people to say what they want, and don't judge or whatever. But man, things that I read that he said, like against Stan Lee and just against people for liking Stan Lee, like that's just wrong, man.
I wasn't even gonna bring it up because that's just an attention thing. He wants attention. He wants to be famous in the worst way. Because like all the whole world's praising Stan Lee on it, and so I'm just gonna say the opposite.
Well, you guys know my feelings. Don't feed the trolls.
Yeah, and I just want to say, because I have a good friend who we've talked multiple times how much Spider-Man meant to him, because he had a lot of issues with his dad growing up, and he used to read Spider-Man comics and a lot, and that really like helped set a precedence of just him and his behavior and what is expected of a person, and he's always looked to that character as a role model. And I mean, you can't put a price on that kind of an impact in people's lives.
No, Stan Lee raised how many of us?
Yeah. Here's what I'll actually say. He made, because as always, Bill Maher, he's trying to make a larger point about the, basically the idiotification of the body politic. But I will say this: I will say that a show like Politically Incorrect, which was literally about taking complex political issues and distilling them into, basically comedy and digestion for late night TV, did a lot more to lead to the destruction of civility and politics than any comic book ever did. So if he's looking for someone to blame Donald Trump on, he should look in the mirror.
And that's enough of that. But good point, Charlie.
Well, I'm not even to be political about Donald Trump here. I'm just saying.
Oh no, I'm just saying.
Incorrect as a show was, but we shouldn't feed it. But I'm just saying it was actually a much more destructive show.
That's right.
For the body politic than.
Yep.
And real time is to this day. Yeah. So anyway, but that's enough of that. No more feeding that troll.
Yes, thank you.
The joys of Stan Lee.
No. The joys of Stan Lee. Yes.
You know what my favorite Stan Lee cameo is? The one that I feel is the most random that I had forgot that I heard about was in Teen Titans Go. I was watching that with the kids, and I totally forgot that they said he made that appearance. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's great.
That's his legacy. One of his last appearances was in a DC movie. Yes.
Well, not his last appearance.
I said one of them. One of his last. Yeah.
It's one of those things where somebody passes and then they have like 6 movies that still haven't come out yet, and you're like, oh yeah, rest in peace to everybody who's done that. But
yeah, well, I mean, not for nothing, most actors have their final film come out, after they're dead, because if you're lucky as an actor, you get to be an actor. You get to die in the makeup chair. That is, I think, most actors' dreams. That you get to act until you can't act anymore.
yeah,
And of course, Stan Lee always wanted to be an actor, and all he had to do was completely revolutionize the comic book industry, and now he gets to be an actor.
I love the really funny ones. Like I know you love him and the Watchers, Charlie, but it's just like, is there a Tony Stank here?
Oh, that's
when he got to actually interact with it, like the characters he created. Yeah,
you guys know it's Deadpool in the DJ booth. That's my favorite. Y'all should have seen it coming.
I love.
Well,
I was gonna say, like, that's the one
Trevor.
I really like, but it's one of those that people don't realize. Like, Stan Lee just got to be, he was in everything Marvel. At first it started out like his creations, and then it was like everything Marvel. People didn't realize he didn't create Deadpool.
Well, what I will, my favorite Stan Lee cameo is actually, and it's from the first Fantastic Four film. Because he played Willie Lumpkin.
The mailman, yes.
The mailman. And of course, that was the first time. And little known fact, Willie Lumpkin is actually Stan Lee's first Marvel creation. He actually created a comic strip for Stan Lee that he did with his brother Larry. That was actually a syndicated comic strip before he actually did Marvel Comics. So him bringing Willie Lumpkin into the Fantastic Four was sort of his own way, and then he got to be in the Fantastic Four as Willie Lumpkin. And it makes me wonder at the Thing's wedding coming up if they're going to draw in Willie Lumpkin as Stan Lee, since he is the most iconic man to ever play Willie Lumpkin. Or will they just do another play of him and Jack Nappy in the wedding?
Yeah, I think that's what they're gonna do. Like, they almost have to at this point now.
Yes.
Oh, Stan is Willie, wiggling his ears.
Oh yeah. That would be lovely, and honestly, that's just one of those things. And that's another one of those things where you have these cameos where you can always put Stan Lee in, because you could always just have Willie Lumpkin delivering the mail anywhere in the country. And you just have this photo of, just like Bela Lugosi in Plan 9, you just have this footage of Stan Lee just walking through this scene. You can always go back to it, and it can be a never-ending well.
Well, on a happy note, at least he gets to be with his wife now. They weren't apart for too long, so
it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it is beautiful. Well, it's it's sad that his last couple of years, and that there was so much controversy in his care. But then again, you also wonder if he was just maybe more sick than he ever wanted to let people on.
I think that's definitely what it was.
I agree. I mean,
I mean, everyone who talks to him said they meet him says what a nice guy he was, and
yeah.
Feel
so bad for the kids who never got to meet him.
Yeah,
I know Zach,
Charlie.
Zach is very upset.
Yeah.
Like Charlie, the kiddies who never met him.
Yeah, well, it's what they say. It's, as I said on Facebook the day he died, they say you should never meet your heroes, and now I won't.
Yeah, but I think I don't think he would have been like,
he would have never
gotten anything negative out of it.
No, I know that. I just,
it helps with the blow.
Yeah, well, now I have a reason to invent time travel. I want to go meet 70s Stan Lee, when he was hanging out at the Playboy Mansion. I want some Stan Lee.
Lord. That's like some Twilight Zone stuff. Charlie's going to invent a time machine, go back in time, and become Stan Lee.
Oh.
It's why he has the mustache. It all makes sense now. He has the mustache.
Yeah, we got the Fu Manchu growing in.
So I would say unless anyone else has anything else, I'd say to close this out, the honor Stan. If anyone in the sound of my voice, go out, buy comics.
Yes.
I
just wanted to
buy them for your kids, for your friends.
I just wanted
Christmas
to throw out.
is coming.
That's right. Spread the word.
I just wanted to say, I remember my first realizing who Stan Lee was do you remember the Fantastic Four cartoon that used to come on Sunday mornings on
Which
WGN?
one?
I just remember they had the Iron Man and Fantastic Four.
The one from the 90s, yeah.
Yeah, and he always came out and introduced it before.
Oh, yes.
And that was
the
like
voiceover.
Yeah, and you saw him sometimes. That was my first. Oh my gosh, that's him.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of moment.
Yeah. I also remember him from the Muppet Babies. That was one of my favorite ones too. If you ever saw it, it's ironic that the Muppet Babies
are Disney
now. But they used to be Marvel, and now it's all full circle in that one glorious confection that is Disney LLC Incorporated World Domination. It is. But it was fun, and he got covered in silly string, so that was delightful. And that was where they first introduced Spider Girl, because Skeeter was being Spider-Man in it, because it could be anyone under that mask. You don't know.
I think that's the first time I heard his voice was in Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's just an amazing thing, and he like I said, the creation of Spider-Man in general, which I know there's all sorts of controversy about everything, but I will always say that Stan Lee, even if you only want to say he was an editor, any good writer will tell you a good editor will save your bacon more than not.
Oh yeah.
And he's the guy who made a choice. He said, I love you, Jack. I love what you're doing, but you're not the guy to draw Spider-Man. I need someone that can draw a kid, that can draw a scrawny teenager. I don't want this to look like every comic book. I want this kid to be different. And he made a different kid. And Amazing Fantasy, what was it?
15.
15, yeah. I knew it was in that. I didn't know if it was 14 or 17, 15, somewhere in the middle. And then Amazing Spider-Man, #1. Right after it. The New Amazing, as they said. And that changed comic books forever. Yay, comic books. Okay.
Speaking of fantastical worlds, we also lost the Princess Bride creator.
Yeah, William Goldman.
Yeah.
William Goldman. He broke the wall before it was cool.
Exactly.
Technically, Shakespeare's the first guy to break the fourth wall, but
I think it's Charlie.
Shakespeare's not a real historical person. Everybody knows it was a writers' club. Everybody knows it. Deal with it.
Conspiracy theory, but yeah, I think I saw Charlie Esser on Facebook. Really, 2018.
Just because it's a conspiracy theory doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean it's not true, Philip.
I know, but what was it last year? Took a lot of our musical legends, and this year seems to be taking a lot of our
creatives, writers and whatnots.
Almost made it out.
Still lives.
Almost made it out of 2018. Almost.
Somebody check on Betty White.
Yes. Oh well, ironically, she's actually not nearly as old as everybody thinks she is. She's actually always actually much younger than people think.
I think she's actually just wearing old person makeup to hide the fact that she's immortal.
Sophia. I think she was actually younger than.
Yeah, I know. I think because they played her older on the Golden Girls, everyone thinks she's so much older.
Well, it's like when an actor goes bald in his 20s, and then suddenly he's like the commish.
Patrick Stewart.
Oh yeah.
And then you realize, wait, you've been bald for 40 years. Maybe you weren't that old when you first started. And she was a woman with white hair at a very young age, and
she's 96 though. Come on, people.
What?
She is 96.
Speaking of bald, can we talk about something before I have to get to work?
I knew it was coming.
Because I need to hear Lilith and Charlie and Phil's feedback on this, because I don't think I've ever seen my wife as flabbergasted as she was when I told her this. So, John Cryer as Lex Luthor, and go.
For Supergirl, yes.
Well,
it's Supergirl. That's all I can say at this point.
Well, they like to pay homage to what came before, and he did play Lenny Luthor in Superman 4: The Quest for Peace.
Right.
And that's my favorite Superman and all. But John Cryer
Charlie,
is Ducky. Like, or 2.5 Men. Like, he's just one of those people that's too typecast, especially to play.
So let's just rewind this, okay? Because right now we have Lex Luthor as this kind of buff dude, this sort of they want to do Lex Luthor as this, Nietzschean Ubermensch. That's not who
let's do John Shea again. Like, if we really want to go there. Like,
yeah, I know.
Anyone but Jesse Eisenberg, okay?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like when I was talking with Jania, she's like, John Cryer. I'm like, Ducky, Pretty in Pink. She's like, what? I'm like,
okay.
Yeah.
So I want you to go back to the first appearance of Lex Luthor. Think of the guy with the red curly hair.
Wait, that's not the first appearance. What first appearance are we talking about? First appearance was a bald scientist
of Lex Luthor, where he had the blimp and they were basically ripping off Jules Verne, the man who conquered the world.
I'm thinking of when he was Luthor, the mad scientist in the cave. Like,
yeah, that's a different one, but the actual first comic book appearance of Lex Luthor as Lex Luthor was in, and I don't know which Action Comics it was, but he's got red, and that's why they always go back to him having red hair, because the first appearance he has the red hair, and then actually Luthor that they have there was actually his henchman, and then they later drew in the henchman thinking that was the mad scientist, is the legend that goes, and that's how Luthor became bald. So I'm thinking they want to go with that kind of which again, your Gene Hackman Lex Luthor kind of embodies, not this buff Ubermensch, but sort of smarmy real estate tycoon.
Yeah, but that's
John Cryer doesn't do smarmy either, though.
That's pre-crisis.
He's a sidekick. Like, he's just too typecast to play Lex Luthor. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I think what you're missing is that he's an actor. He could play smarmy, just no one makes him. And not for nothing, his character on 2.5 Men was really smarmy.
No, he was just pathetic. There's a difference between pathetic.
No. You watch it as it goes on, especially as it goes on.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't have that kind of time.
The Ashton Kutcher stuff.
There's only one time that I will say that he was probably schmarmy, and is when he was milking everybody out of that money, and he had like that little mental break or whatever.
Winning.
And I only watched 2.5 Men because that's what comes on after all the CW stuff goes off. I'm trying to go to sleep.
But anyway, Tyler, you can go, but you pull the pin. You got to understand that that's going to lead to an explosion.
Yeah.
Okay. You can't just say, we're just gonna have a small hand grenade here. So Charlie and Lilith, talk about John Cryer's Lex Luthor.
I want to hear it. Because my two thoughts is, one, like you were saying, Charlie, like this is we're still in post-crisis. So I don't think they're going to give us a pre-crisis style Luthor. The other thought is, I don't know if anyone ever realized, and this is just kind of a thought. Think about Bryan Cranston as an actor. Everything that we saw him in and knew him from was all more comedy and like random stuff and just here and there. And then all of a sudden he does Breaking Bad and he becomes Bryan Cranston. Like,
exactly.
I still thought of him as the dad from Malcolm in the Middle, and then little stuff I had seen him here and there. Then I learned that he was a couple Power Ranger villains and stuff like that.
Stickle. That's what I always know Bryan Cranston from Seinfeld.
And then now all of a sudden he did that and it was something totally different. So, I mean, I'm trying to be positive like I always am and optimistic. It is a shocking casting choice, but...
Especially comparatively who's playing Lena is the point on that, too. Like, that is just, like, some serious dichotomy that I don't think I can wrap my brain around.
The age gap is what gets me. I mean, I know Luthor's Lex is supposed to be older, but it just seems like that's a huge jump considering who's playing
Superman too. On top of that, like, it's just weird. It's a weird choice.
Like Lillian, if they had made him like Lionel, I could, kind of thing. Yeah. But look at who Lillian is, and then, that's his mom.
Yeah. Well, a lot of families do have like 20-year age gaps between the oldest and the youngest kid.
That's because the mom is the sister's really the mom.
No, that's trust me, as someone who is from a big family, this is actually not uncommon. Because
Lena's adopted, so I mean.
Oh, so there at that point, that
age gap doesn't work. Anywhere. My thought is just Lillian, the mother, looks like she should be the wife to Lex.
Oh,
like that's what I'm saying. That's the one.
Could have had him young.
Like
she could have had him young, or she may be older than she looks. Like,
or she's a clone. She's a young clone. You know, it is pseudoscience.
They did have Cadmus last season, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Or, you know, if you're a billionaire and you don't want to go out and get a new trophy wife, you just refurbish the old one. You know, put her in a Lazarus pit now and again. You know, it's the DC universe. You can do that kind of thing. The Beyonder did it for that mobster he was working for. You know, so I don't.
I'm curious to see how this plays out, though. I really am. They make some really interesting casting choices. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
All I know is I want to see Supergirl fight Nuclear Man. That's it.
Okay, Bendis.
It's coming.
That's Phil. How dare you say that?
Sorry.
Nuclear Man deserves our respect for no other reason than just because I want to yell at something.
That was Dolph Lundgren, correct?
No,
it was random dude that's never really done anything else.
Oh, okay.
Just like, hey,
man,
we need a buff guy who looks like Dolph Lundgren. Hey, that guy's over there lifting weights on the beach. Just put him in a suit.
Oh well.
He can't talk. That's okay. We'll dub him with Gene Hackman.
Yes. Well, there you go.
We'll fix it in post.
Oh, hit the button, Philip.
But
Lilith fixes everything.
I just needed it just boggled my mind. Like I've just trying to wrap my head around that for a while now. Like,
yeah, what's next? Michael Keaton playing Batman?
Oh,
I mean, really, Mr. Mom is Batman? That's ridiculous.
See, that's like I said. Like, I'll give him a shot. I'll give him a shot, but it's just one of those like randomness because there's been so many other characters that have popped up. They're like, oh, wouldn't it be cool for this actor? And then they get actors like more obscure. They're like, oh, okay. And then this.
Just hire Michael Rosenbaum back for the love of God.
See, I would.
He wants to do it.
See, I wouldn't want Rosenbaum back because I feel like that would taint his like Smallville era. Because I don't want Rosenbaum to be Lex in this universe. Because I want him in my little Smallville box where he has his own set of characters.
Let the man work.
Wants work, you know? Yeah.
If he wants it, give it to him.
I say let him come back and be somebody else because love me some Rosenbaum.
I say put him in the DCEU. What could go wrong? It's already trash.
He should have been the Wizard Shazam.
There we go. He would have been a great Wizard Shazam. Who's that cast? Who is actually playing Shazam in the Shazam movie?
Nobody knows. Nobody cares.
Djimon Hounsou.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've seen him since Blood Diamond.
You mean Guardians of the Galaxy?
I don't watch those movies.
He's going to be in both Captain Marvel movies. That's the ironic part.
Wow.
He's going to be his Kree soldier again in Captain Marvel, and then he's going to be Shazam in Shazam.
Oh, and that's perfect.
And he's the Fish King in Aquaman.
Well, there you go. But he's getting his comic book money.
Oh, dude, he was Papa Midnight in Constantine.
Well, there you go.
The old one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Man, look at me feeling all knowledge and powerful. Woo.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Like, on that note, I better sit down.
And on that note, I'm going to toss my coat down and walk into work and deal with all this people's crap this morning.
Drop it. Drop your coat.
Thanks for dropping by, Ty. It's great as always.
All right. I miss you guys.
We miss you too.
All right. Have fun. We'll talk later.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Lilith, you stepped on your new favorite drop, but I was going to say, you know why Cryer's Lex, right?
Why?
Because it was, bitches.
Like I said, like I like Supergirl sometimes, and then there's other times that I just want to like go into the writer's room and smack the crap out of everybody. Say, put the coke down, put it down.
Like I said, I just don't think it's that bad of a choice.
Atari, just stop it. Stop making bad life choices, please.
Lilith, you gotta get into the idea that, you know, especially when it comes to casting, it's got to be its own thing. It's got to be its own universe. These things don't exist.
No. What it is that people need to stop relying on casting contracts. Supergirl, the CBS is only doing okay decently ratings wise. So they have to shove all these CBS actors into like Supergirl, and that's what just drives me insane. Anyway, I'm too drunk for this. No, I'm too sleepy for this today. I'm so cranky.
Nothing wrong with day drinking on a Saturday, Lilith. It's fine.
I know.
If you're not driving anywhere,
exactly.
Exactly.
I love to sleep and drink. It's so true. Anyway, what else? What other news is there? Or can we talk TV and comic book shit?
Lilith, did you see they gave a premiere date for Young Justice Outsiders?
No. What's the premiere date?
January 4th, the day after Gotham premieres.
So a Friday?
I guess, yeah.
Is this going to be on that DCU thing?
Yeah, the thing you canceled before you finished one whole episode of Titans.
Yeah,
yes.
I dropped that.
It had all the movies too on there.
We'll talk about that on Super Connectivity. It is a waste of money.
Yeah, waste of money. You could have watched Superman 3 on a loop. Come on.
Yeah. And you know what they don't have? You know what they don't have?
Marvel. What?
Yeah. They had Superman 3 on there. That's nice. But you know what they don't have? Well, they don't have an Amazon version of their app, so I can't watch it on my big TV because it's not compatible with. I have an older.
Oh yeah,
TV,
it's like
so
Chromecast or bust, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. So that was just the first thing. Then, and I'm going to talk this about because I want to save this for Super Connectivity. So, but we're going to talk about all the things wrong with the DC Universe subscription, and how they couldn't give me one thing I wanted. And because you dropped that one ball, I'm going to say, you know what? You ain't worth it. You're basic.
Ooh,
that's my opinion.
So stay tuned for Super Connectivity for that.
Yeah. I got to have something to talk about on my show. We talk about everything here, and then I got I don't know. I guess, we're going to talk about Stan Lee dying again, I guess, and that's all we can do. I have my own show to do, Philip. I can't blow all my good stuff on your show.
So many jobs.
And you're on my show. You should know that. You should be more protective of that stuff.
I know. I try to.
No, we're sabotaging because you're gonna you're going up to the big leagues over on Nuff Said, so we're gonna sabotage
the Charlie Esther Power Hour. What?
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Oh my God! Yes.
We're going to be going to Nuff Said to do the new season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which just got renewed for another season.
Yeah, they said they're going to give it a season 7 too. So I wonder if that's going to be another abbreviated season or what. But I guess.
Well, it's more like I said, it's more popular than Daredevil.
Those Captain Marvel commercials, don't they?
Well, I guess Disney. Well, that's what I said. Disney wants that Marvel presence, I guess, on ABC because that's basically like an hour-long commercial for the MCU.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think they finally. I think I think what happened with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is that this last season they really stepped up. They stepped up their game. They left it all on the table, and I think that basically the politics at Marvel and Disney has died down enough that they can actually really work with the movies again. And so I think that things have gotten better. Basically, after Joss Whedon was, asked to not come back, I think there was a lot of tension in the TV movie universes, and I think that since basically Disney told them to fighting, shut up, sit down, and work together having this. And I think that's the era we're going into with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I am very excited for that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but that's it. I mean,
still got out until like summer 2019, right?
What?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. I think after Avengers 4, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So
if you haven't watched it, you got plenty of time to catch up, I guess. On the bright side.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Well, because they can't do it after Avengers until Avengers 4 because they can't spoil Avengers 4.
And half the universe is missing. Yes.
Yeah. After the agents went through all that trouble to save the world, the Avengers dropped the ball.
Because Thor didn't go for the head.
That's literally pretty much how I see classic Avengers from the comic book.
Yeah, the Avengers just. Why do we let you do things, Avengers?
Oh,
Mac would have gone for the hand. He didn't even have to go for the head. Just go for the hand.
Don't spoil
Just
it. Lilith
one
is gonna
shot
watch
kinda
Infinity War until the absolute possible minute she has to.
Like literally 2 hours before I get drug off to see the next Avengers.
2.5. Well,
Yes.
but Charlie, I wonder if maybe they can't do Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. till after the movie, because I wonder if when they come back, they're going to mention that some of the agents disappeared during the snap.
Well, we had to see how they resolve the snap as well.
Yeah.
So basically, because honestly, if they do a whole reset of the universe kind of thing, you know, I'm just hoping Phil Coulson's there. That would be nice. And maybe that's the real reason, because Phil Coulson, he's coming back for Captain Marvel. Maybe he's going to be in Infinity War or Avengers 4 Electric Boogaloo. You know, that I think that's where he's going to be. You know, I think he's going to be there, and like I said, I think everyone's going to know that Phil was alive the whole time, because Cap and Black Widow and Hawkeye all had the proper clearance to know this, and of course, Thor knows, because she's not going to keep that a secret, and the only person who wouldn't know is Tony Stark, and so they're like, and I see where Phil runs in, and Cap's like, "Oh, Phil, glad you're here. So happy to serve with you, Cap." And then like, "Wait, you're alive?" And everyone's going, "How am I the only one who didn't know?"
First name Agent is alive.
Yes, exactly. You know, no, he knew his name was Phil by the end of it. After Phil died, you know, and then got brought back.
As you do.
Actually did. As you do. It's a movie. Why not?
Okay, so I'm officially all caught up on the Arrowverse, Phil. Supergirl.
Okay.
Like I was so excited for like the whole possible Red Daughter thing, and they're kind of screwing that up.
They're just kind of dragging it out. You think they're waiting until the second half of the season?
Yeah, that's unfortunate, because like you can't just drop a bomb like that at the end of the season. Then like every other episode give me like one tiny crumb. But,
so
yeah,
what
the
is this
pacing is very off.
Are they doing the Red Sun story, where like what if she landed in Soviet Russia?
At the end of last season, they had some kind of weird device that like split her, I guess.
Plot device, yeah. Basically cloned her, and the clone like made it to Russia. So yeah, I guess the Russians are training her now. You know, so
yeah, and every so often you get a glimpse of what's going on over there, but it's.
He's basically in a cave. She's basically in a cave punching walls or something. Yeah.
Are you sure this isn't just going to devolve into a Bizarro Supergirl story?
We've already had that story.
Season 1.
Oh, we already had Bizarro Supergirl. They didn't kill Bizarro Supergirl at the end, did they?
Didn't she die? Did she die or? Oh wait,
she fell apart or something like that, right?
Oh,
I'm trying to remember. Did she die or did they like put her in stasis or something, saying they're gonna find a cure or something? And
I think they did put her in stasis.
But that was that was season 1 on CBS. A lot of that stuff has disappeared.
Yeah,
along with
I'm sure they put Top Man on the case.
You know. Oh, anyway, yeah.
Put her in Area 51 somewhere.
Okay, so Lil, so you're all caught up. So. Are you? What do you think about Oliver Queen in prison? I mean, we watched the last episode. Daniel
Stanley is totally Stanley Dover, right? Junior and the lawyer might be senior.
I hope so.
Star City Killer. Have we? Like, I just want to see bodies start dropping. Then I don't know.
We're gonna get some mystical crap.
More well done than season 4. That's what I'm hoping.
I was gonna say get a Constantine guest appearance on an episode.
I would die, but he's too busy on Legends. And shout out to whoever's complaining about Constantine being on Legends. He's doing y'all a favor by keeping your show afloat, okay? Their ratings are slightly up. So you're just going to have to suck it up to people who don't like Constantine. Yes, it's a ratings grab, but Matt Ryan is a gift, and you should cherish it like you cherish
Who doesn't
Bebo.
like Constantine on Legends?
There's a couple of people on my Legends forums that are like, why is he here? His show got canceled.
It's the internet.
I'm like, you shut your mouth.
It's the internet. You can find trolls.
Was the highest rated episode of season 4 on Arrow, so you just shut your mouth.
I love the science magic interplay. I mean, obviously Rory doesn't like him, but that's okay. Rory doesn't like a lot of people.
Unless you start. That's it.
And I love the fact that Constantine is sort of pulling a Loki on this, where he's there to try and fix his own situation, and he's just sort of playing the Legends, and that's going to be his. He's going to wind up betraying and then returning to the Legend. It's going to be a whole thing. I'm really enjoying it, you know. And we got we actually now have the Leprechaun on the team, I guess. That'll be fun.
The shapeshifter, yeah.
Yeah.
The former
Did they establish that
shapeshifter.
she's a leprechaun or not? I forget.
She's not a leprechaun. She's just a shapeshifter.
Well, they
shapeshifter.
thought there was a leprechaun behind the whole thing, but yeah, it turned out to be the shapeshifter. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
and her
that's
name
what it
is
was.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Philip for the.
Yes. And I just love the fact that they said, "Oh, what, you're trying to do a leprechaun test on me? That's very racist," you know.
Damn gingers. He wasn't even
Because
really
I'm Irish doesn't mean I'm a leprechaun.
He wasn't even really Irish. That was the funny thing. Anyway, yeah, Legends continues to be the best show within the Arrowverse, and I actually like Black Lightning more than I like any of the Arrowverse shows. Like, there's actually consequences, and like I feel like they just do the family stuff better.
So did they actually kill off you know who in this last episode of Black Lightning?
No way.
I was gonna say I don't think he's gonna pop up somewhere else.
Yeah, it's probably be after the mid-season finale, but
Yeah.
nobody's ever truly gone in a comic book show unless your name is Earth One Laurel Lance.
I guess we could spoil it. They made it appear Gamby died in a car chase thing.
Gabby's Alfred, bro. He can't go anywhere.
But they didn't show a body, so you know he's not dead.
Oh, yeah. Well, this
He's
is
Alfred.
body.
He's not going anywhere, bro.
Until you go to the funeral and you put the body in, like I said,
And
I
it's
still
still a
say that
clone.
Peggy Carter had a closed casket funeral is telling. I think she's got some Infinity Formula. They're going to make her the new Nick. They're going to have her, you know, they're going to do the Nick Fury story with her. And it's like, no, actually, I've been popping Infinity Formula the whole time, Steve. I just couldn't tell you because you don't have that clearance. You can know about Phil. You can't know about Infinity Formula.
You could have been with me, but you had to chase my niece.
Ooh.
Or,
As
you
you
know,
do.
she's just that practical. You know, not for nothing. She's lived a whole life without Steve. Maybe she actually, like, you know, she loves him, but kind of like the way you love that first crush you had in high school. Kind of like, oh, yeah, Steve was really great. We dated, and, you know, but they never even really went on a date, really. It was really just mutual admiration. So this idea, it's the love for the ages. I mean, Cap thinks it's his love for the ages.
It's because he's naive.
Because he was a guy who never had a girl give him the time of day until he took steroids.
Because he's a virgin.
Well, he was. I'm pretty sure Cap was swimming in Poong after that. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's Star-Lord's great-grandfather. We know that. That was Star-Lord's grandma, and they got a little super soldier injection in her. And
Oh, but before I get off track, what the heck? Why are they doing this to Masisco? Like, first he can't have Gypsy. Now it's his powers are tainted with dark matter, and I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. His powers came from dark matter. Like, I don't know what's going on the Flash.
I think it's
so sick of the Flash.
It's some kind of plot device just so he can't, like, they can't find Cicada too easy, or, you know, can't portal too easy. Yeah, it's something.
And we got 4 satellites back this episode. Not 1, but 4.
Well, yeah, the Thinkers, you know, those plot devices
It's
are hanging
like,
there.
okay, stop. I liked it when Sally was gone. No offense. It made things a little more dramatic.
Again,
now they have 4.
Again, plot device. No one thought of it until they, you know, needed it for the story.
yeah.
And can we get rid of Sherlock Wells? I'm sorry, Tom. I am so sorry. I am happy that you're directing episode 100, but you need to go. Give me E2, Harrison Wells, or nothing.
Thank you. Exactly. I'm sick of a different Wells every season. Yes, pick one
And
and
Baby
stick with them.
Giraffe is played out.
Yeah, it was funny the first time, but yeah, every episode.
Ugh. Yes.
Calling the
That
elongated
are my
man
thoughts
Baby
on the
Giraffe.
Flash. And now that Nora and Iris are like reconnecting,
Oh,
so she's changing the future because you know she's not gonna chip her now.
What did you think about Iris throwing herself off the building to save Barry?
Idiot.
At first, I was like, "What the hell is she gonna do?" I was like, "Oh, okay, she has the key to take off the Metacubs, so
And I'm
Barry
like,
gets
so
his
like, I
powers
thought
back."
Ralph was gonna at least like have her like. And like, how did the guy know that Barry was a meta to put the meta cuffs on.
That's what I was thinking. Barry had the cuffs to put on Ragdoll, but I was thinking maybe Ragdoll just slapped the cuffs on him, not even thinking he was a meta. Just be like, oh, you're going to slap cuffs on me? I'll just slap them on you.
So that means Barry needs to learn how to pick a lock. I mean, that is basic superhero 101, but I digress.
Maybe he will during the maybe he will during the crossover when him and Oliver switch places.
No, wait. Ragdoll's a meta?
I can't.
In this version, I believe Ragdoll is. Yeah, didn't he get hit with the dark matter? Because I mean,
yeah,
I know.
Okay,
Charlie.
I thought he was just like,
just like a master contortionist in the comics, but it's Flash. Everyone has to have dark matter powers.
He's just a sexually adventurous freak in the and he would embrace that title. He would embrace
Ragdoll or Charlie Esther. What?
I'm so confused. That was like the
I'm not a fan. Am I thinking of someone else from Secret Six? Yeah, no, the guy, the contortionist. From
yeah.
That's right. Okay, yeah, he was not a meta, so that's what's confusing me. It's
like I said, it's the Flash TV show. Everyone has to have dark matter power.
How many incidents result in dark matter?
Need to have powers.
Thank you. That's my other thing. It's like now they get stuck in these cliches.
And
now
it's tech powered. Oh my god, it's not just metas, but the tech has dark matter powers now too.
I know, but it's just like every beginning of every season now it's an accident creates more metas. Last season was Barry coming out of the Speed Force. Now this season it was them bringing down metas? Thinkers. Satellite.
There's natural matters running around on Earth 1. That's what we need to explore.
Are we getting there with Killer Frost?
Not for nothing. Flash's original Rogues Gallery, none of them are metas, are they?
There's a few.
I think about.
But yeah, they're mostly tech, like Captain Cold and Heatwave.
Yeah. Well, Captain Cold, who is that is Flash's Lex Luthor, and he should be. I think is Smart back in this universe, or
they killed him off.
Yeah.
Even like Abracadabra was like from the future and had future tech. It wasn't like
it made it look like magic. Yeah.
Well, because magic is just science we don't understand.
Exactly.
Everyone knows that.
Thank you, Reed Richards.
Anyway, the Arrowverse, I'm surprised that I like Arrow, out of all the shows so far.
Are you still feeling that prison thing? Him being in prison?
It's time to go. We know now, spoiler alert, that he gets out in episode 7.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Yeah, it looks like
he really had to go to the bathroom.
Protection or whatever. What'd you say, Charlie?
He really had to go to the bathroom. I mean, you can't be in a DC prison that long. That's why everyone's freaking out of these prisons, because it's like, you gotta go, man. And you just gotta hate Kool-Aid.
I keep meaning to look for the toilet, but I fast forward through a lot of Arrow. I do not watch it live. I can't do it.
I'm pretty sure that they haven't shown a toilet, but Lilith. I mean, it's pretty bad when like big fans like us are just like, it's this storyline's wearing old fast, and even. I didn't even say anything. We were watching it the other night. Danielle's like, she's like, when's he getting out of jail? I'm getting tired of this. I'm like,
well, it's because A, they're not showing more shower scenes. B, they're not showing really cool action scenes. And C, Stanley's a whiny little bitch.
Oh, Stanley. Yeah. I hope they do this, Stanley and his monster.
I'm literally, that's the only reason. You name a character Stanley in a freaking Green Arrow story.
I think they said it is Stanley Dover. I thought they said somewhere it was Dover. So
yeah. I'm just fingers crossed for that. He's really the big bad on the second half, because I am not feeling Richard Diaz. He is not the dragon. The Longbow Hunter sucks so far. Just give me a Miko already. Just give her to me.
Well, she's in that suit. She's the new Green Arrow, right?
We don't know that for sure.
Well, I think all the flipping and I think
it's Roy, our boy.
No, I think all the flipping and stuff it's a woman.
Yeah, they definitely, the last time we saw the new Green Arrow, it had a very womanly figure, because everybody's like, oh my God, is Willa back? And I'm like, oh, you poor souls. You poor unfortunate souls. Willa's never coming back, and I have to deal with that and process that in my own little special way.
All right, before we move on, Lilith, what did you think of Talia surviving the island?
Is Evan alive? Could she have just said yes or no?
Who knows? Everyone else seems to have survived that.
It's just, oh no, you know what? Evelyn and Sam, the two biggest mistakes of Arrow, dead. I love it. I I love it. Fine.
Oh, but what about that line she dropped? She's like, she got in. Of course, Tall, yeah, the sluttiest DC character gets locked in a male prison. But anyway, she said she got locked up after running afoul of a foe in Gotham.
It was supposed to be a Batman reference, but obviously it's a Batwoman reference.
I was gonna say probably. So is that them establishing Batwoman on Earth 1?
That's a shame. I was really hoping for Earth 38 to be the Earth of, yeah, my male cousin version of me has been doing this longer. Earth. Like, and then they can commiserate together. I'm just saying. But I definitely think that was a Batman.
Yeah.
I was like, please no Damien.
What do you think
no
going
Damien.
forward? They put everything on Earth 1 now, just so it's easier to like crossovers and stuff and.
Poor Supergirl.
Oh, I swear, if there was an easy way to like merge that Earth with Earth 1, they would do it.
Well, I think they're going to crisis it all into one universe eventually.
Yeah, but is that
I think that's too much.
I was
going to
say,
that watch Arrowverse, they are not coming.
Is that too much for the casual fan? Yeah, for people who don't.
They survive on casual fans, yeah. So,
but you want to have
Supergirl to be on the same Earth, though. So, I mean, and they do cave to fan pressure a lot in the Arrowverse, so it could happen. It could be a Legends thing, actually. Next crossover, it could be the Legends thing, because that's the one thing everybody watches.
Oh, that's the job. That's the job we need, Lilith. It's the Legend thing.
Hey, what about that Newcastle Crew podcast? What about our Newcastle Crew podcast? Anyway, let's move on to comics, I guess.
All right.
Or do you want to save your Marvel stuff for your?
Oh no, we can. You know what I actually picked up this week is alternate comics. It came on a Wednesday, and I haven't read it yet.
You.
Well, I thought it was the first time I ever saw an alternate comics in the store. So
yeah, they made a big push to be a local comic book shops now, and I'm very proud of them and happy for that.
Yes, and it's an anthology book. I'm really excited. I haven't read it yet. I'm really excited about it. It's called It Came on a Wednesday, and I love anthology books to start with. You know, at a $1.99 price point, that's really awesome. It's anthology, which is stuff I love, and I put it on the pull list. So yeah, please get me keep this going every week, and hopefully it'll lead me to other alternate comics. I'm very excited about reading it. You know, I do not get the chance to read as many comic books as I'd like to anymore, obviously, because there's only so much time between drinking and watching TV that I have left for comic books. You know. But I'm very excited about that. So I did pick that up, but I haven't read it yet. I haven't read my Marvel Zombies, though Tristan loved it. Marvel Zombies #1. Tristan said it is a good read. So that's on the list. So you have,
of course, he did.
Bedtime Ben Riley's Marvel approval on Marvel Zombies #1.
I love Ben Riley.
In
this case, yes, I do.
Yes, he was kind of because at first he thought like Simon Garth was actually Iron Fist because he had like the amulet with the little dragon on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I said, no, that's Simon Garth, the living zombie. So I said, oh, okay.
Same difference.
Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
Did you read Avengers 700 or 10 or?
No, I didn't get to that one yet. I did read the new Fantastic Four. Oh, I know. Well, so what happens in Avengers 700? I know that something good happened. There was a new status quo.
Oh, you didn't see the end? Oh.
No, I haven't read it yet.
Basically, Ross tells Captain America that, the U.S. government wants the Avengers working for them again, and they're just like, basically, get out of here. We got Wakanda now. We don't need you. So Ross has someone put together a new team for America. They actually do the Squadron Supreme of America.
Okay.
But the big thing would be, guess who puts the Squadron Supreme of America together for Ross, Charlie?
Peter Gyrich?
Oh, no.
Norman Osborn?
Back from the dead, Agent Phil Coulson.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, look at that. And it is the Squadron Supreme. Wow. Yep. We've got our Batman. Wait.
Hyperion.
That's not Tilda Johnson.
No, it's a male, but he does look African American. So I mean, didn't they kill him? And
he is dead. That's some other dude in that.
Yeah, unless it's a new guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the current either of the current Nighthawks are going to feel about that. You know, yeah. So, so I guess they have their first storyline coming up because I know Tilda Johnson's not going to sit for that.
Charlie, yes, I hope not.
That Tilda Johnson, she's going to team up with Captain America. Oh, the Tilda Johnson, Nighthawk, the Deadly Nighthawk, and Captain America team up book. I am there for that. Get David Walker on the phone.
Yes.
That has to be a drop, Philip. You need to do that as a drop.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, I'm very sad I didn't get to pick up Bitterroot yet. That'll be reviewed next week.
Nice.
So it's like all the books I didn't get the chance to read so far. But I am very excited. And I knew Phil Coulson was alive because, like I said, that hobo in that Deadpool, that was obviously Phil Coulson in disguise. After Deadpool complains and he meets the hobo. And of course it's Deadpool. It's not going to recognize Phil Coulson as a hobo.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously that should be something that Deadpool's going to go, wait a minute. Why is this hobo talking to me? You must obviously be important. You're probably Phil Coulson back from the dead. That's the exact kind of thing, because I did read and oh man, you buried the lead on the Deadpool Spider-Man book.
I don't want to spoil too much. Yeah.
No, but they do an ambush bug reference.
Yes.
You tried to ambush us, Bug.
I wanted you to just be surprised.
I was so happy to see that. I loved Bug in there. It was great. It was well worth the read. I'm guessing that's Blast Star they're going against next issue in the darkness, but that was good. Although of the books I read, I got to say Thor was my favorite, with our True Tales of Norse Legend and Erica the Red.
Because you should know what my favorite book was.
What was your favorite? I'm sorry, Lilith, I'm dominating the conversation. What was your favorite book, Lilith?
Philip.
Was it Marvel or DC?
I'm talking about my favorite Marvel book, obviously.
Oh, was it Uncanny X-Men #1? No.
Come on. It's what we've been waiting for.
Domino?
Yes, and Morbius.
Oh. Domino and Morbius sitting in a tree.
No.
Whoa!
I was going to go SUCKING, but that's fine. Okay. So,
FUN.
And we find out that Morbius is racist.
As vampires are.
Mutant blood. Because yes, he does get
vampires are elitist, people. Read between the lines.
Yeah, vampires are awful human. They're not human. Well, it's pretty human beings, but they're awful. They're awful. Human beings are awful in general.
Well, a lot of them are old. A lot of them are
elitist. That was the whole thing of Blade, people.
Vampires are old. A lot of old people are racist.
Old white guys.
Yeah.
Like Congress.
Oh, that's right.
First off, Morbius isn't that old. He actually came of age. He's like a little bit older than Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He came of age in the era of mutants. So he should be like, no, man, mutants are cool.
Yeah, but their blood probably does taste different. It's all mutated.
And it probably does, yeah. And and obviously, what's actually a problem for him with
radiation,
drinking mutant blood is you get like powers, because now he's like luck powers going on. But you know what my absolute favorite part of Domino was at the end? Who's she facing off with next?
Drop it.
Come on! Did you guys read the book?
Yeah.
Who is the next person she has to go against? Who does not Shuri send her on another quest to get?
She has to get long shot. So we're gonna see Mojo.
Yeah.
Oh,
good luck first. Good luck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And long shot's like, I don't use my powers because it actually causes other people to suffer.
Mm-hmm.
And Domino's gonna be like, oh well, I don't care about other people.
Yeah, she didn't learn that from the first arc.
Yeah. I still say it was Topaz that was actually causing that. I don't think that because, like I said, he didn't break his arm until Topaz told him she got the cat.
Ooh.
It's like it was clearly that he did not have the effect until Topaz was connecting them. So I think Topaz was always the one causing
Maybe it was what do you
problems.
call it? It was one of those weird mental things. Psychosis. Psychosis.
Yeah. But no, I love that. It was a great story. The Lamprey vampires are weird looking though. And the Vampire King, it's like, why are all these vampires following this dude? I don't know. I guess maybe his mind control powers. You know.
But
oh, and I want to shout out Miss Marvel number 36. If you haven't been reading it, it's the perfect jumping on point, by the way. She finally got her powers back in order. I'm just like, yes, thank you. That was so excruciating, by the way. I hate when they do that plot device. So yeah. I'm glad things are back in order.
Well, anytime you have a super powered character, the only way you have two options: you either give them a stronger super powered villain, or you take away their powers for some reason.
Forever.
Yes.
all right.
Well, yeah.
I usually wouldn't recommend a Amazing Spider-Man for Charlie Esser, but Charlie Esser, Amazing Spider-Man 9. I mean, the main story is Spider-Man and Black Cat versus the Thieves Guild, but they're in the secondary story. Did you hear about this?
No, I really wanted to read it, but I haven't gotten the chance to.
Well, you're all about heroes in crisis, but Mary Jane discovers there's a support group for like friends and family of superheroes, you know, where they can like talk stuff out.
Because nothing could go wrong with that.
Well, it's put together by Jarvis and like there's all kinds of technology between Tony Stark stuff and Doctor Strange stuff where like everyone stays anonymous, but you can guess who at least some of these people are, like Foggy and
exactly.
I'm pretty sure we know who this guy at the end says. I don't even know why I get so emotional about this. I just deliver their mail.
Oh, Willie.
But everyone's anonymous, you know. No one
that's very cool. Well, that's great. Reminds me of the Venture Brothers sidekick support group.
Yeah.
But they need that, and it's something you would have in a real world, you know. That's cool. Well, I will definitely give that a read. And actually, what I was most interested in finding out, what's the story with Black Cat right now? Is she still evil? Is she turning back to good now? Are they rebooting her? Did Peter explain? No, that was Doc Ock who was a jerk to you, not me. I was mine. Someone else was using my body.
Well, I guess, she was mad about the whole Doc Ock thing. But then I guess when Peter and Spider-Man got split, Spider-Man went to see Black Cat. So I don't know if he was like trying to get with Black Cat. So she's like, "Oh, what? You're gonna say it was Doc Ock again?" He's like, "No, this time I got split in half."
Oh, wacky. Okay, but she's still trying to be a crime boss, right? She's still trying to rule the.
Is she trying to make her the Catwoman of the Marvel universe? What's going on now?
I think so, because when they're tracking down the Thieves Guild who stole all this superhero stuff, she's like, "Oh, I'm taking half," and he's like, "Half? I got to give you all this stuff back." She's like, "Hey, I could have stolen it. I could have kept it all." She's like, "I think I'm getting better. I'm taking half of it."
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah, I think they want her.
Yeah. Okay. Well, she's always been the Catwoman. Of the universe.
Yeah.
You know, relationship with Spider-Man, like the relationship with Batman. You know.
Yeah, but she's not always one true love either, though. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, maybe they're actually
one DC book, I guess, because it's the only number one that came out this week was Electric Warriors.
Oh, was it good?
It was okay. I like the artwork. The story seems very divergent-y, Hunger Gamey kind of thing, and they're definitely trying to go. They're going back for that whole teenage girl demographic with this book, I think, which I have no problem with. It's okay story. It's a story you've seen a million times, but it's kind of big and epic, and it's a space opera basically. I kind of enjoyed it. I'm gonna pick up number 2 and see where it goes. I do think this should have been a $2.99 book, though. I'm just saying. I don't know. That's my one thing. Like, I just feel like it wasn't worth the $3.99. If it was $2.99, it'd be a better price point, especially since it's a number 1.
Well, I think they're starting to follow the Marvel model. They pushing more books to $3.99, but still no codes most times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the point?
Exactly.
Marvel gives you codes, man. Except in the kid book, which is weird because they got the Marvel Adventures for kid again for Tristan because it's a kid's Venom book, and again no code. I was like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, but is it a $3.99 book?
Yeah, it's a $3.99 book. They're all $3.99, but I guess they figure kids shouldn't be on screens. Maybe they're saying, hey, we don't want to be accused of turning kids into screen addicts.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe
there are screens on the at school. What are you talking about?
I know. Or maybe they want kids to feel the love of a floppy. They want kids to feel a comic book.
That sounded more naughty than you might have meant it to.
Well, I'm sure it did, but you strapped up for the show. So.
Also, I want to say I'm very disappointed. My don't pick up book is actually Red Hood and the Outlaws number 28. What the hell was that?
Why?
What was went poorly.
What was your big problem with it?
Really? You're gonna okay? Like y'all know I don't really like Jason Todd. Like I think the Outlaws that he's been with has like kind of toned that down and gave him some empathy and kind of made him more relatable. Now he's estranged from them, and it's just like I don't want to read a solo Jason Todd story. I'm sorry, like I cannot.
I don't know. I don't know. I was here for them trying to solo thing, but I just love how they're because the crossover.
And it's a crowbar, like the crowbar. I'm like, no, stop.
Well, they're crowbarring in Batwoman too, so.
Yes, I'm just like, oh.
It's like in the middle of nowhere, and Batwoman just shows up. It's like, okay.
How's Bizarro doing?
Who knows? He hasn't been in the book for a couple issues.
Exactly. It's just like I can't.
It's Red Hood Outlaw right now.
Oh. Yeah, see, that's why I didn't pick it up in the start because they promised me Bizarro and then they didn't
it
have
took
Bizarro.
forever to get to Bizarro. It did.
Yeah, and then I picked up the Flowers for Bizarro storyline for a bit, and then
Jason
I had to cut back in comics, but
Jason tried to murder the Penguin, so Batman kicks him out of Gotham, and he's just been traveling on his own.
Ugh. Plastic Man was super good though.
Yeah, man, he shot him in the head. He tried to murder him.
Okay, but I guess my thing is of all the villains in Gotham, here's who I have to kill. Penguin Joker is the first. It's maybe one of the characters that are mind controlling people, and Penguin's he's a nice guy.
One thing
is evil.
Well, wasn't there some kind of retcon thing where he thinks Penguin had something to do with his dad's death or something? Or
yeah,
I thought that was Two-Face.
Retcon.
Or was that a different?
Oh, that was
continuity.
That was 2 continuities ago.
Oh, okay.
But no, Plastic Man. Are you even reading that? Anybody else? Because it's Gail Simone, so that's why I picked.
Yeah, I wanted to read it, and then I just, I just keep on not getting there, and then, and now it's I got one issue, and I didn't get the chance to read it, and then I just fell off because I just haven't had the chance. I want to read it.
I think it's great. It's been great so far. It's on issue number 6. So at this point, you probably should just wait for the trade. But no, I love the artwork by Adriana Mello too. These two work so good together. And I don't really I'm not a big Plastic Man fan, especially when he's outside of kind of that Batman universe or one of those weird Justice League team up things. But I've been liking his solo book a lot. I like the dialogue. It just works.
Is that an ongoing or is it a mini series?
I believe it's a mini series. It's gonna be maxi series. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I heard he's doing good numbers, so he might actually get an ongoing series, especially with Elongated Man, which was supposed to be Plastic Man on the Flash, doing so, being so well received by the fans. So, fingers crossed.
Lilith, can I ask you what you thought of the last part?
Stretching powers are very hard for visual.
Did we lose? There he is.
No.
What is that?
Oh, I thought we dropped.
Oh, okay. You were losing me.
Oh,
okay.
My favorite DC book of the week. Yeah.
Mr. Miracle 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that artwork is so fantastic.
I said it makes me care about those new Gods characters, Mr. Miracle.
I know, which usually I don't.
Yeah, me neither. But yeah, I like the Tom King story. They're coming out with some big Barda miniseries or the Female Furies, but I don't think Tom King's even going to be writing it. So
really,
yeah. So it's they're kind of playing it as the sequel.
The world? Oh, okay.
They're kind of playing it as the sequel, but Tom King's not writing it, so it's okay.
Well, just probably be kind of set in that world, and it's probably like the same editor and stuff like that.
Maybe, but I don't know. Are we going to review this series after we get through our big 19-part No Man's Land?
I believe that's what we said we were gonna do, and I'll you can hold me to it.
So stay tuned in 2019 after we get through Batman No Man's Land on 19 parts.
And Gotham as well.
Oh, that's right, because before the Bat's coming back on Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks.
Yeah.
The whole gang hopefully will be back together.
And Rob Southgate can load you all up with drops of me saying Gotham. He said, "Oh, I'm so glad you guys are bringing back Gotham before the Bat." I'm like, "Yeah, I wonder why."
Well, you know, that actually sounds like how you should actually pronounce Gotham. Like if you were of the Waynes or the Cobblepots, I think that was Gotham. You know,
yes.
If you're one of the elite families of Gotham.
Yeah, but one thing about me though is just
I'm not a fancy man.
You kind of are though. But before we get to it, Superman, like I'm just so indifferent about it at this point.
Oh, the Bendis.
Yeah, like the whole General Zod of it all. This is like, why does everything feel like a rehash? Like Zod is so inconsistent. Like I just want a definitive Zod for once.
Maybe I just been beat over the head with it enough, but this issue I was like, I'm like,
it's not that bad.
Exactly.
Because I'm so indifferent and apathetic about the whole thing now, where I'm just like, can I have a real Zod? Like Zod from Smallville, like, oh my god.
But that's
the Zod I want.
They just wanted for that shock effect because it's like next issue Zod versus Rogol Zar, and it's like
no one cares. Stop trying to make Rogol Zar happen, bro. Stop it. Bendis. Charlie, you need to do a Bendis. So we can have that
Bendis?
Think about Tony Stark's real father, then do the Bendis.
That would be so much.
Bendis.
It was so funny. We just build it up, just something like Bendis.
No, I mean Tony Stark's real father. And you know what? Here's the thing. Tony Stark's real father. You pulled the pin, Lilith. Tony Stark's. It wasn't that Tony Stark's real father was some rando. Honestly, I could live with Tony Stark's father was some rando. It's that you build up who is Tony Stark's father, and then some dude is not the answer when you started with who is. It's like if it starts with who is, it's like who is the necromancer. Some guy is, it's like if you do that doesn't really work in the comic. You have to have someone that there's a reason this is important, not just it's a guy. Somebody had sex with someone and they produced Tony Stark because we knew Tony Stark was adopted already. So this didn't reveal anything new or exciting about Tony Stark. It just like, yes, he had parents. It's like we knew that already. Nathaniel Richards being Tony Stark's real father, like some kind of Venture Brothers thing. It's like, oh, you're having some problem getting the wife pregnant there, Howard. Let me try my super science on her and see how that goes.
You pulled the pin on that truth grenade, Lo.
I wanted to tell Charlie something that he might find interesting. I actually gave Rick and Morty another chance after reframing it in kind of a Good Place show.
Okay.
And I'm starting to kind of be able to not fast forward through half of the episodes.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say this. Rick and Morty is no good place. It's
my philosophy, though. So it kind of similar.
Yeah, but Good Place does it way better. I mean,
way better, yes. But
yeah. Oh, did you see the last episode of The Good Place?
I did.
Yeah, I'm so excited they're going to go see the accountants. I can't wait to meet the accountants, man. But again, that's the kind of place where you want Tahani there. Because Tahani's going to say, you're accountants. Who is your supervisor? Because she's going to know an accountant isn't in charge of anything. An accountant just counts things.
You're a big
They have a supervisor. That's the thing. It's like there's always someone above. And that's the whole thing is that basically once you have established an afterlife, there has to be someone above And there has to be someone that you can appeal to. Because the idea that there's just accountants and a judge, but what's the authority? Who grants a judge or an accountant any authority? And Tahan is the person who knows there's someone above you. Because that's the thing, is like when you look at the demons, they all think, oh no, well that's the judge. And they never think, well, who put the judge in charge? They never think philosopher demons. To put it in a context of Christian mythos, that's the actual whole thing about demons, is that they don't have free will the way humans have. That's why humans are different. Humans can actually make choices. Demons are the angels and demons both. And that's why man has free will and the ability to make choices. Although they've kind of undone that because they have established that demons can grow and change, which means that basically the demons are choosing a path of evil. And now they're getting better because due to prolonged exposure to human consciousness.
We're toxic.
Jeremy
Humans are toxic.
Yeah, honestly, well, the monsters had it right. You don't want any of that human stuff in here, man.
Emotions are bad.
I'm going to tell you, there is a Monsters Inc. 3 where Sully is dying of cancer from repeated exposure to Boo.
I mean, we have Toy Story 4, so it's possible. I'm just saying.
He's like, why did I hug her so much? I knew she was toxic. Her giggles power our entire city. Obviously, she's radioactive.
Oh, real quick though, before we wrap up or whatever, I did want to shout out Dynamite Entertainment for giving me life with the Rainbow Bright series. Rainbow Bright's on issue 2. And it is glorious and ridiculous, and you should read it.
Okay.
It's Jeremy Whitley that is the writer, and Brittany Williams does the art. And so if you like Power Ranger, Go-Go Power Rangers and stuff like that, like real nostalgia from when you were a kid, like Rainbow Bright is like everything that cartoon should have been. Like, I need to see a cartoon based on this comic book. I am absolutely actually in love. So thank you, Dynamite Entertainment. Yeah, Rainbow Bright, go figure.
All right, wait, before we leave, Lilith, did you watch Titans this week?
I did.
Jason Todd.
Yes. I am so conflicted. I actually like this Jason Todd, but he's just like Robin. He's kind of this weird amalgam. It's not really Jason Todd, and it's not really quite Dick Grayson. So it's just an amalgam of everybody.
It's basically like Jason Todd and Damien.
Yeah. Very bratty. I agree. So
likes to beat on cops. Yeah.
And I'd say the Dick Grayson in this universe is very Tim Drakey as well too. So it's kind of this weird thing, but I liked it, and so I was like, "Damn you!" that was like the only thing. No, because they don't want to lampshade Batman too heavily. I feel like, even though we do get Batman eventually in the shadows and a mask somewhere off in the distance.
Do you think by the final episode they're actually going to put Dick Grayson in the Nightwing costume?
Yes.
Season 2 or season 1? Is that the beginning of season 2 or the end of season 1?
That's the very last minute of season 1, I believe.
Okay. That you don't feel like that's kind of rushed?
I think so too, and I kind of get that's where they're going to.
So are we getting a Nightwing show then? Because Nightwing doesn't belong in Titans.
He's already left Batman, and he's trying to find himself.
That's a rush though to get into the Nightwing suit.
You can put Wing was in the Titan.
Yeah.
But not this rushed, especially the way the team is with those dynamics. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I think that's the whole reason you introduce a Jason Todd, though.
But maybe,
or maybe we get a Red Hood and Outlaws.
Yeah, but I honestly think the idea is that the Titans, from what I saw of my half episode I saw of it, is that this is about the Titans establishing who they are as themselves outside of their parentage. Beast Boy isn't the Doc. Batman, Robin isn't Batman. Rachel isn't Trigon. It doesn't matter where you came from. We're making our own personages now. That's my take.
I feel like the whole show is super rushed, and I still don't like Starfire. Fight me.
Yeah.
Fight me.
Well, she needs a memory.
Well, they're going to reveal she's Blackfire. Like I said, I think she's Blackfire.
It's funny because there is Blackfire in DC Superhero Girls TV show. So it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
They introduced her, I think, like last season.
Yeah. I mean, Blackfire has been a part of Starfire's mythos throughout the cartoons for a while now. And so it strikes me that would be a really neat way to frame Starfire without having to do Starfire. And having to,
but you promised the fans Starfire, so at that point, I think it could be some kind of backlash.
Yeah. Well,
and also Blackfire, and it's a black act. Like it's just a whole thing that I just really feel like they wouldn't do. They're a little too on the nose on this show, to be honest.
This is true. I mean, this is true. That is a big problem with making her. Like, the only reason I say she's Blackfire is because she doesn't have problems with her indefinite articles. You know that she speaks properly. Like I said, that's just weird to me. You know,
she has no memory. She can't remember she is supposed to do that.
No, well, or maybe. Well, actually, like right now, she's speaking. Is she? Well, actually, I don't know. I guess she's gotten to speaking English by now.
Well,
but,
and like in the comics,
first time she must have been speaking Dutch the whole time or German.
And like back in the day,
over there, everybody does kind of speak English. Kind of.
And didn't she pick up language skills by kissing people? And her and Dick Grayson did a lot more than kissing.
Give me my damn dick back.
Yeah. So I mean,
so gonna cut that up.
But you know what? The fact that they're not. Maybe that's why she has the problem with indefinite articles. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if that's. I mean, honestly, it's very fascinating. As I've been listening to more and more things, I found out way more about like DC history than I ever knew, because I've always known it from a very narrow lens. Like the fact that, for example, finding out recently that Green Lantern was smarmy a lot in the books. Like Hal Jordan was actually supposed to be smarmy. I was like, oh well, that's why they cast Ryan Reynolds. Then that makes perfect sense.
He dated a teenage girl.
How did you not know? Like, I don't not like it for a reason.
All I ever knew about Green Lantern. Okay, all I ever really knew about Green Lantern was Hal Jordan was like the conservative and Ollie was the liberal in the Green Arrow, Green Lantern stories. Now, as they're traveling, that Green Lantern's like, I'm the cop, and Ollie's like, hey man, there's things that are different, because we're down here amongst the peoples. And as Beast Boy might say, and so this was my entire understanding. And then, of course, it's the superhero cartoons where he's still very straight laced. I mean, I don't see the Green Lantern I ever saw in any cartoon being anything other than Now, granted, a lot of that was John Stewart, the Marine, and so I always put him in that kind of context as that Hal Jordan, straight laced kind of guy. And now it's like, no, I'm a traveling, sex toy salesman. Is like this whole new universe to me of Green Lantern. I'm just saying. I'm sure he sold that at one point. Apparently, he sells a lot of things. They called them. I think in the book I read, they called them like latex novelties or something. So anyway,
Mommy's little helper. Anyway,
it's time to go.
On that note.
Oh my lord!
It's fascinating.
You people, Rob's gonna fire us.
On that note,
Heroes by the Pint first.
That's right. We're only number 2 on the hit list. All right. So send us your thoughts on anything you heard today. capesandlunatics@gmail.com, facebook.com/capesandlunatics, @capeslunatics on Twitter, Capes and Lunatics on Instagram, and the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And Charlie, anyone wants to talk with Hal Jordan with you, we're gonna get a hold of you.
You can always write to me in that old-fashioned email way the way my Pause once did at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, @gmail.com. And of course, follow me on Twitter. This is a live tweet. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. someday when it comes back. And of course, Gotham, which is almost here. And Cloak and Dagger and everything else. It's going to be wonderful. At Charlie Esser, that's CharlieEssler. Look for the 2 E's in the middle for quality.
Oh,
sorry.
For quality. Bing.
There we go.
I know the hip language the kids use these days.
Speaking of children, Lilith Hellfire, where can people fight you on the internet?
She's the youngest.
If you nerds want to fight me on Twitter, you can find me at Lilith Hellfire. If you're on the gram, check me out at Lilith Hellfire 86. And if you want to talk Smallville, Superman, or anything else, at Save Me Podcast on Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, and/or Instagram.
Fight me, nerd.
Bring it on.
Trivia bowls only.
All right, time to get out of here for another week. No one else will do it. We've been the Capes.
Ampersand.
The Lunatics.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Stanley.
They'll bring him back. You know, it's comic books. Nobody stays dead.
Plot twist.
There'll be a
Avengers
clone.
Force comes back.
The Phoenix Force. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean that's the one good thing about comic books is they can still have Stan Lee there as much as they want. Jack Kirby's still showing up, so you know.
Yes.
I'm just saying I didn't see the body.